I always want to delegate 100% in that game to you because it's the point. The game doesn't put enough effort for me to 100% it. Why the fuck should I? Also, welcome back to Link to the Past.
Yes.
I'm wondering what the hell is.
That's right. Oh yes, we need to start back in the light world. That's right. Yes.
What
at
is
the
the nearest? I guess it would be here.
Honestly, you could probably do it from Koshy's house. It doesn't really matter which one. You guys need to find a portal. But yes, last time we got to the first of the Dark World dungeons. Unfortunately, when you freaking restart the file back up, you can only start back with... Yeah, wrong button. You have to start back up from the light world. I'm pretty sure. Unless you... I think you save and end the game when you're in the Dark World. Yeah, I'm trying to remember. I think if you save the game in the Dark World, I think you can go back to the Dark World when you open up the save. It just puts you back on top of the period how you got there to begin with. But yep, we got revealed last time that there are 6 more mains to save in Dark World. So we gotta go to the other dungeons and rescue them all.
So it's time for violence.
One of the mains being Zelda, of course. She is the last one. As she would be. Which is a nice reminder, I actually took time to play friggin' Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom in between sessions.
Actually, wait, I shouldn't be here.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think you want to be at this one yet. That's why I thought you were gonna start off at Koshy's house, because I think that's where the second dungeon is, technically, as well.
Yeah, guess what I could do is,
Let's fix that mistake, let's start again. Because, yeah, remember, you got the hammer from the, from that dungeon. Now we have that, we can now access a lot more portals. Yep. That was the big point of the hammer. I believe the closest portal is south from here, and then once you go south of the screen, I think you want to go to the left. Yeah, I think there's a portal to the left somewhere. Yeah, I think it's behind here. It's under that rock. Well, yep. Use your magic hammer to pound these pegs in. Use the, yeah, that button. That was the one. So yes, now with this hammer we can access many more convenient portals, which you'll need to get certain areas of the Dark World. Just remember, it's still very deadly here. But yep, the second dungeon, if we look at the map, is like right around this area. Although, I did just remember something.
Yep.
I think we might have to do the thing in the water again, if I remember correctly. Well, no, he can still be here. Yeah, the dungeon's down there.
Let's just show off first. Why?
Yes. Yeah, show it off, of course. One of the more interesting puzzles with this one. So, yep, go in there and you will see what I mean. Because for now, I don't think we can get in here. Oh, we can get in. I don't think we can do anything, though. Yep, that's right. Inside the house for about goddamn time, objects exist simultaneously in both worlds, similar shapes. If the form of a thing changes, it will affect the shape of its other world counterpart thing. You know how parallel universes work, right? Yeah, see, there's a ladder we can't access over there. So, well, remember our tool to get us back to the light world? Let's make use of that. Yep, since we don't have water, we may as well give ourselves water. Let's do what we can over here.
I almost thought I was gonna get hit there on my
yeah, I was like, oh wait, I'm in full health. But yep, we gotta move this water again. Ah, shit. Wrong way! Gotta move one of the sides and then move the center one. Or that. Actually, yes. Literally the opposite of what I said. Yeah, I would say that's the one that opens up the waterway, I'm pretty sure. Now the water's flowing, now we go back. Oh yes, we have one blue potion. Oh yeah, we capture a fairy now, that's right. I forgot, that was one of the things we did before we went to the Dark World. Get this freaking... Ow! Oh yeah, you get hit by those reduces your magic as well. So be careful of that. But yep, killing one of those always gives you a fairy. So yep, now we have water running through here. You can probably guess what happens. Also, it's not obvious. Hopefully you went to the frickin' the King Zora by now and got the flippers, because otherwise you're not going to be able to do shit in this dungeon. You need the ability to traverse water. So if you're smart, you did that before you even went up frickin' Death Mountain to get through the third of the pendant dungeons. Gotta do it the smart way.
Well, I'm going.
Yep, now we go in. You'll notice, we actually have water to swim through now. Now we can properly go through this dungeon. Also, I'm glad to just do it just for that room and not make it like a whole, like, stupid puzzle thing. You having to get rid of the water, bring the water back, get rid of the water. That would be horribly annoying. But yep, a water-based dungeon. Have fun. Although we do have one of our useful items to get in this dungeon as well.
Yep.
At least now we're going to be going on a breakneck pace for getting through a lot of these dungeons.
Provided I'm competent.
Yeah, well, I know we can basically do everything we do almost everything in the overworld before the last of the main dungeons, though, so we can probably go heart piece hunting by that point. And I'm trying to remember if the item in the last dungeon actually gives us access to anything. Well, it might. Might give us access to one thing. I'm trying to remember the last dungeon's item is. I want to say it's...
It's a rod.
Yeah, I want to say it's a fire rod, maybe?
One's a fire rod and one's an ice rod.
I think the ice rod you get from another... Do we have an ice rod already?
We have one rod.
Yes. Yeah, I think we get the fire rod from the last dungeon.
No, wait. The fire rod is what we get from the Lost Woods. I remember that.
Oh! Right. Sorry, I'm thinking the boss of the last dungeon. Oh, the mirror shield's the last dungeon!
Yeah.
Okay, so we
don't get anything that useful in the last dungeon.
Oh, I know what I'm thinking. Okay, yeah. We get the last heart piece of the last dungeon. I know that. We get all the heart pieces before the last one, before the last dungeon. So yeah, before the last dungeon, we basically go hunting for things that we don't have. Also, I think after one of these dungeons, we can get a... Do we have the shovel yet? No, we don't. Okay, let's get the shovel eventually. That will get us to do something. Okay, get to the other side. Push these. You lift water in other places. That's what we're doing.
Yep.
Okay, that's the puzzle. At least we don't need to make the water recede. That'd be horrible. Oh yeah, anyway, like I was saying, I did actually take time to go through Legend of Zelda Echoes of Wisdom. I gotta say, I was actually pleasantly surprised by my time with it. I was expecting it to be not as fun as it was. I mean, don't get me wrong, there are some things that felt weird about it, like, it's definitely slower paced than the other Zelda games are, because, you know, it's a lot more focusing on using your, basically your summons you get because of that rod. That's, like, the only real, like, of the Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom elements that was in the game. Otherwise, you don't really have standard attacks until you get the hero form. Which is nice to use, especially against other bosses, but... You know, the fact that it actually had legitimate dungeons in this game, and you had to do all of them before you got to the end of the main game. There's actually some structure to it. I appreciated it a lot more myself. Like, yeah, it felt a lot more enjoyable. I only had to look up a guide for like a couple things. So, you know, it's mostly manageable. And you do get, like, more broken things you can use as you progress in the game, like stronger enemies to use to fight others, or better platforming tools to get around certain environments. The puzzles are actually pretty freaking good in the game, I gotta say. Like, I was actually pleasantly surprised with Echoes of Wisdom. I wouldn't say it's my favorite top-down. Definitely not. But I think I like it more than Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom. Because it actually feels like a Zelda game, despite all the, you know, freedom elements you have that were introduced from those two games. It still feels like a Zelda game. With actual dungeons, actual, like, decently well thought out boss fights. All the last one's kind of a letdown. And the story was actually somewhat interesting. You know, the game had some fun moments. I liked it more than I thought I would. I can at least say that. While it's not one of my favorite Zelda games, it's definitely better than it's better than what I think the 2 3D ones were before that. I still don't think you'd like it anyway, Koshi, but, you know, I still would say it's at least a Zelda game. It definitely feels like one at least.
Maybe I'll consider getting it on sale.
Yeah, it's not bad. A lot of it's just a lot of, like, you know, creative solutions for things, but, you know, it's not, like, horrible. I will say some puzzles actually had me stumped. It's like I thought I had before, you know? If they try to do the new style Zelda games, having Zelda be the star and things like that, you know, it feels a lot more fitting. Where I prefer Link's old school gameplay for his adventures. Like, if they want to have, like, those two series, like, kind of intersect with each other in a way.
I mean, this is the way they want to do spin-offs. Like, oh, I'm not going to say anything because I haven't played the game myself.
I mean, I think it would be better off if it
feels
was Zelda.
like it's a weird place to talk about Zelda because
yeah,
some people don't like it because it's a bit of column A and column B where it's just like, it still has some of the old Zelda elements, and some people may not like that altogether because they started off with Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, so who knows?
It doesn't have the full.
It doesn't. It feels kind of
half
baked in a way. If that's the best way to put it.
I get that feeling. You know, like I said, the combat itself, you know, some enemies, it does feel a little clunky at moments. Like sometimes it's like not so much about like. You know, it's more like figuring out a puzzle for some enemies than it is like literally just battling them. Like you're literally just.
Well,
it's more of just like, okay, how about you do this thing for me? I'm gonna run away.
I don't mind that perspective at least, because at least it feels like they're putting in the effort to, you know, make identity. I guess it has more identity to it than any of the dungeons. At least for me, Breath of the Wild had like no dungeons.
Yeah, the dungeons are horrible. It's a little better in Tears of the Kingdom, but not by much. This game actually had legitimate dungeons, actual like legit like puzzles and concepts. Like, I remember one of the puzzles, you were like going in and out of the dungeon trying to like go through its like numerous entrances to try to like figure out your way around the labyrinth to get to certain rooms to basically get like a certain thing moving forward so you get to the boss room. Like some of the dungeons were actually pretty legitimately good. Like, I was surprised. Like, once I started playing, I didn't want to stop till I finished. You know, it wasn't like overbearingly long either. So it didn't, like, take an eternity. I'll admit the main story is kind of eh. Like, the overall arcing story is pretty good, but, like, the stories with, in between all the, other characters, all the things they're doing, that's, like, eh. There's just a lot of quest fodder for them.
It's the easiest thing to do with a lot of characters, to be fair.
It's also the first... Well, actually, it's the second top-down Zelda game you can ride an animal to get around. You can ride Epona. Not that I did it often, but that was a nice alternative. Allows you to go around the ground quickly. You just can't do much with Epona.
Yeah, because...
I forgot the Oracle games you have...
Yeah, the 3 animal buddies.
Yeah, I say, didn't... Yeah, I was gonna say. I think the Oracle games had different ones between them. I think.
The way the Oracle games work, it's a little weird because there's like 3 different ways to get a certain flute, and how you get that flute basically determines who your permanent animal buddy is.
Ah.
But you do get a chance to ride all 3 of them at some point.
Right.
It's weird how to describe it, but...
Right, I haven't really finished the Oracle games. I remember I was doing Oracle of Seasons. I think I got halfway through. And then I realized I didn't realize what I was doing for the frickin' sword quest, and I just got out of it after that. I never got back to it. But, yeah, that is a set of games I do want to get through someday. There it is! Now I can get that treasure chest. The big one, finally. But yeah, that's all I'll say for Echoes of Wisdom. Not one of my highest ranking Zeldas, but better than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be one of the worst, but... Well, I like it more than Zelda 1. Part of me feels weird thinking I might like it more than Link's Awakening. Then again, I always thought Link's Awakening was kind of, eh.
You never liked Link's Awakening.
I was never impressed with it. I mean, admittedly, I did like it more through the remake. But even still, at least with Echoes of Wisdom, there wasn't like a stupid thing of like feeling like I had to do a very specific action to damage like enemies and bosses and stuff. By the way, hookshot, boing! He can grapple a lot of things. So yes, now I have the power to basically grapple to certain points. This will be a very useful object, so make great use of it. Now I get to different areas.
Yep. Also grabs items, so...
Yes. It's a great thing. Technically, the boomerang does that as well.
Yeah, but you'll most likely be wanting to use this weapon more, because unlike the Boomerang can actually damage enemies. And also, I believe you can stun them and damage them with this.
Yeah, I think so.
Because I
Or
know
at least damage them. I know you can at least damage them with it. The boomerang stun can work well, though, on certain enemies. Just not...
But it's all it does is stun. It doesn't do much else.
Yes, that is true.
This you can actually fight back with this.
One of my biggest problems with Link's Awakening is always, like, there are, like, particular bosses. You have to do, like, one specific action to hurt them. I hated that. Like, yeah, I know it's our tradition to use an item to frickin', you know, hurt the boss, but... Because how limiting Link's Awakening was, there wasn't really a good tell for it. It just became aggravating, trying to figure out. Like, one of the bosses for, like, the 6th dungeon, you had to do a spin attack against them in particular. Regular sword slashes don't work, but spin attack does. Why? I don't fucking know. Like, ugh. There's so many little things in Link's Awakening that made me not a big fan of it. I think the Oracle games might have some of those problems too, but not nearly as badly as Link's Awakening did.
Maybe that's the reason why I didn't have much of a problem with Link's Awakening is because I grew up on the Oracle games, and maybe the Oracle games kind of fine-tune some of this stuff.
Yeah,
it's a little bit more
I mean, like I said, I just never took the time to finish it. I kind of want to one day.
Well, then again, I won't say maybe you'll like those more because I'm not sure how you feel about them overall. I personally like them, maybe because I already was familiar with a lot of the stuff that game.
I know, at least from what I've heard, it might have some lower lows with, like, the worst dungeon in each of the games.
Yeah, but it does have some of the best dungeon design in my opinion.
Yeah, for top-down Zelda, I heard some of the dungeons are great. I just heard that both the games have a bad dungeon, and they're both pretty bad.
Yeah, I know one in particular for ages is infamous.
It's a water one, right?
Yep.
That's the one I heard of. I'm trying to remember the one from Seasons.
Honestly, I'm trying to remember Seasons as too.
I know Ages one is supposedly worse, but the Seasons one isn't that great either.
I'm trying to remember what Seasons dungeon it could be, but I mean, I don't remember any of the Seasons dungeons being terrible, so it might just be the best of the, or worst of the best, maybe scenario.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm not sure. Because Ages one, I know that one is bad.
Yeah.
Ages one, I know for sure that one's bad.
At least the Awakening's dungeons. Honestly, the Awakening's dungeons weren't bad, although I still think the last one was pretty stupid with so much puzzles.
Eagle's Tower is the biggest culprit in my opinion. I hate that one.
It was an interesting concept, but it was pretty annoying. It was interesting, but frustrating. And then there's the fucking last one, Death Mountain or whatever. Like the one you had to fucking kill the fucking mini-boss throwing bombs from upward a ledge so you can get the key on the ledge. Otherwise, you get over down there, you would then have to go up to the ledge and kill the boss again anyway. The remake fixed that, thankfully. As long as you kill them, the key will keep spawning there. Like I said, the remake does fix some things that makes Link's Awakening a little less frustrating. But that was a puzzle that really pissed me off. I know that's a big low point for Link's Awakening for people as well. And again, none of the dungeons were really impressive from Link's Awakening for me. Eagle's Tower, sadly, was the most impressive one, but it also happened to be the most frustrating at the same time.
Like I said, I only played Link's Awakening once, so I really don't have much of a...
I mean, I've only played it twice. Once being the original, once being the remake, so...
I played the Game Color one, so...
Yeah. The remake's a little better, a little more fleshed out, but, you know. Also, the dungeon creator from that was kind of nice.
It's too limited to justify.
Yeah.
Especially considering
full
price.
Yeah, I know.
I mean...
Well, thankfully I got that and freaking Echoes of Wisdom as gifts, so I didn't have to buy either of them. At least Echoes of Wisdom was an original game, and it's bigger than Link's Awakening, and it's still decent as a Zelda game, so... I give that more
whatever the hell that means anymore.
At least for the Switch, I would give that a bigger recommendation than Link's Awakening. At least for Switch, I'd give it a bigger recommendation than Link's Awakening. That's all I'll say.
I don't even know why I'm trying to sit here and defend myself.
I mean,
I make it sound like I'm having these knee-jerk reactions. Like I haven't played the game, brother. Calm down. Yeah. My brain does that.
I mean, you're not a big fan of the newer Formula Zeldas, anyways. You probably wouldn't really like it. I mean,
maybe I'll give Echoes of Wisdom a chance one day if I'm just really got nothing better to do.
Yeah.
I've also kind of just with this new direction. Well, I'll just probably say it like this. The game that I've been playing recently is Hi-Fi Rush, and Hi-Fi Rush has basically reminded me why I love video games in the sense that...
They're fun. They can be fun.
The linear nature of it because so many games try to go for this giant open world sort of aspect of it, and I'm just kind of
Yeah.
like, I kind of just want something nicer.
Echoes of Wisdom is kind of like that, to be fair. Well, they at least do, you know, like, you do have all, like, major regions you have to reach, and you do have to do their end goals to get to the end of the game. I know I went on my way to go to some regions early. It wasn't really helpful for me, but I did just to explore
Okay, so
and find
where
stuff.
am I right now?
Oh, okay. There's a gate we need to open or something. In that other room up there. If we go back in that room, we'll probably find a way, I think.
Let me just check to make sure.
Also, another key we don't have. I keep hitting the wrong button! No, I want to quit. I want to do the dungeon over. Oh, is that a door over there we haven't gone through yet?
Looks like it.
Well, it's worth exploring to find out.
Wrong. At least this is doing the one thing I always like in Zelda games. Expansive dungeons are actually worth exploring.
Yep. That's the advantage Echoes of Wisdom has over the other two modern Zelda games. And the dungeons are actually, like, good, too. I'm trying to remember if any of them, like, annoyed me. Okay, let's just...
Huh.
I don't know how much it'll help, but... I'll say, I know you won't lose dungeon progress, but... You trying to go back to the Lake World?
I think I screwed up.
Did you not mean to quit out of the game?
Yes.
Okay. Keep hitting select. Damn it.
So keep wanting to open the map, and no, opening the map is the X button.
Ah, right.
Because I think that opening the map is a freaking...
Damn, I keep running myself on the wall! As far as I can, please don't let me be... Okay, there we go. God damn it! Stop taking me back! Let me leave! Let me leave. No! My eyes, kids, my eyes! My brain! How high are you right now? Too high. Oh my god! Get me off this thing! Oh, thank god! I don't like this mirror at all. Ah, I see what you're doing now. Okay. I was trying to figure out. Okay, yes. Okay, let's go back to that dungeon again. But yeah, this dungeon is honestly one of the more annoying ones in this game. So, you know, I'm not a big fan of this dungeon myself. There's a lot of back and forthness with the dungeon.
Yeah. Don't mind my stupidity. I don't know how to use buttons, apparently. It could also be because I'm used to how the GBA games work.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And I think that's the one where select...
That's right, play the Game Boy Advance version, that's right.
So that's probably what I'm thinking of. I'm not used to the other buttons. Honestly, I do find it kind of annoying because I feel like... More money, huh? Let's go.
Hey, give me that rupee back, asshole. Don't steal my 1 rupee. I need that thing. I need every rupee I can get. Oh yeah, we could spend a lot of these rupees getting our friggin' bomb and arrow expansions.
Yeah, I'll do that after this dungeon.
Yeah, so it's better than letting them max out and not being able to get any more. No!
My biggest concern is, will I have to do this stupid thing again?
Yeah, I think you do. I see water, so we're gonna have to empty the water again. I see, yeah, they probably reset it every time you close out of the game. That makes sense. Well, we're learning things today.
Learning how stupid I am.
Well, it does make sense if you're using the Game Boy Advance version of controls. I actually understand why you're having that problem now. Makes sense to me.
Because I remember, I'm like, why do I keep wanting to default to select? I'm like, oh, because Game Boy Advance select button actually defaults in the map, which makes sense in my head.
Yep. There's more face buttons on this.
Yeah, and it's fucking with me.
I was saying, I wonder if thinking of Link's Awake... I wonder if thinking of Link Between Worlds would help. Probably not.
I don't think so.
I was saying, I don't remember the map controls back. Oh, we got another fairy! The real reason why I quit out. I wanted another fairy.
Yep, clearly, according to my plans, he lied.
I just realized I wanted to do this. There's also another door or another dungeon I want to go back into. See? Kill 2 stones with 1 bird. Are you really? I feel like you used way more stones to kill that bird. Hey!
You don't have no idea how big this bird is, bro.
Yeah.
That bird needs to go.
Yeah.
You'll thank me later.
Fucking Sesame Street, man. God damn it. I did find a list of some of the absolute worst dungeons in Legend of Zelda history.
Well,
I was thinking about that last time. Maybe I'll bring it up again now.
well, let's see
Let's see what they have in here.
Did we ever go over best dungeons as well? Or... I'm trying to remember.
I don't know if we did.
Well, we can do both.
I know
of
I
them.
mentioned some. I know one once that surprised me on what I hear of best Zelda list is the water dungeon from Skyward Sword, the Ancient Cistern.
I mean, I think that's a pretty good
That is
dungeon.
one of the best water dungeons in Zelda, honestly. It's arguably Skyward Sword's best dungeon. It's
Yeah,
shocking.
honestly, I think that's like the best dungeon. That's my favorite dungeon in Skyward Sword, in my opinion.
It is a great dungeon. I mean, I have a soft spot for the last dungeon in the game because you can basically sort the rooms around, but Ancient Cistern's very good. Oh, there's our map. Well, that helps.
Press X.
Wish I had a stutter!
Wish I knew that remote.
Okay, so, well, now we just know we have to get into there somehow.
Okay, so it's just that.
So it's back in that room, we have to find something. Where's a wall we can
I'm
blow?
probably just doing something really stupid because I've been running around in circles trying to figure out, like, what's the right thing to do.
Right. We'll probably figure it out. But yeah, this was an article they wrote in honor of Breath of the Wild being a thing. There better be some of the Breath of the Wild dungeons on here. This list is invalid. Just put all of them at #1, honestly. Like,
If they're all at #1, I would...
unless one of the ones from...
Like I said, the only one that has any sort of right to be acknowledged is, the final dungeon.
Yeah, that one
The
is
final
good.
dungeon is the only one I would acknowledge from Breath of the Wild.
The first one I have this list, 15th worst. Ah, that's the one. Jabba Jabba's Belly from Oracle of Ages.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
the
that's
one.
the one, yep.
That's Oracle Ages.
A 2D water dungeon may sound odd, but Oracle of Ages incorporates the idea fairly well. While you normally tread carefully around cliffs and dark holes in Jabba Jabba's Belly, you can swim across depthless abysses by raising the water level. Unfortunately, this mechanic falls short. For some reason, you can't cross low walls, and you still have to swim up ramps to reach elevated platforms and jump off ledges to get down. Ugh. So thinking about ledge traversal with the water mine. Ugh, that makes it really awkward.
It's
okay.
very much a chore.
Because each water level affects rooms differently, you must revisit rooms multiple times in order to complete the dungeon. This dungeon's large size, combined with a clunky swim mechanic that only occasionally lets you avoid obstacles, prevents this dungeon from being as fun and original as it could be. So basically sounds like you're trying to do like Ocarina of Time's Water Temple.
Yeah.
But because of limited technology, they really fucked up with some of the things that could have made it a
Some
little
things
better.
kind of were lost in translation,
Yep.
unfortunately.
That's what it sounds like. Yikes. 14! Skyview Temple from Skyward Sword, the first one. Yeah, it did have a weak opening dungeon, to be fair.
Yeah, that
It's
dungeon was
really
kind
basic.
of a drag.
This is actually a pretty good level when you first play through it. It's a second visit that turns the dungeon into a bad memory. Ah, yeah, that's the other thing.
Yeah, revisiting that dungeon isn't helpful.
Yeah, the fact they basically incorporate... I mean, I don't hate the idea. In execution, though, it's a little rough.
Yeah, it reminds me of another great
Oh yeah,
Zelda
can you go
game.
through one of these waterfalls? I was gonna say. That might have been it.
Something about this doesn't feel right.
Unless this might just be for a rupee room or something.
This feels like a secret room. But, I mean, the secret room, I'm already here, so may as well grab it.
This might actually be the way to go. I think this might be the way to go. Yet not clearly visible. Yup. This is the way we had to go.
Alright, so...
There we go.
My brain must have forgot.
It's honestly, it's pretty hard to remember that one, to be fair. We do need a key, though. Oh, there's a
I know
bullet.
where it is, so I just need to kill these assholes.
You got... God damn it!
Hey, you know what?
Oh yeah, that's right. I saw the power of electricity to fucking murder you!
Hey, it actually worked.
Thank God. But yeah, I forgot. Skyview Temple second visit. I keep not thinking about that, but that is honestly one of the more annoying parts of the game. Then again, it's more the revisit stuff in Skyward Sword that honestly can be a turn-off.
Yeah, because...
It does a lot of revisit stuff, to be fair, and most of it is not for the better.
Yeah, because, like, it's one thing to be a long game. It's another thing when the game feels long because so much of it is retreading old ground you've already traveled.
Ah, shit. Looks like there might be another room we have to find this key in. Shit. Well, at least we have a map now, so we can see what... Don't tell me it's right there. God damn! Okay, well... There we go, we're gonna be...
I had a feeling.
We're gonna be in the dungeon now. Yeah, they did try to... It feels like they did forcibly make Skyward Sword a little too long in spots.
Yeah.
There are a lot of things I love about it, but the retread is probably some of the worst parts about it.
Also, hello, what's your face? Since you're not gonna give me a name, I'll just call you what's your face.
The fun thing is, this is a boss that actually shows up in another Zelda game.
Guess which one?
The 3D one I'm not a big fan of. We broke the wild... Oh, sorry. The traditional 3D one I'm not a big fan of.
The actual 3D Zelda, sorry.
Yes, the true 3D Zelda game. But yes, use your hook shot to get these little cloud bubbles off it so you expose its eye.
And once it's done...
Keep reading its name.
Can I attack you? No, you
Yeah,
have.
you had to get rid of all of them, unfortunately. And now... Oh yeah, so it does this. Then it slides around on the ground, you have to slash it. Yeah, this boss is pretty easy. Compared to the first boss, this one's much easier. Now, yeah, we're not gonna fight a harder boss than the first Dark World boss for a while. There's only like one or two that may come close to its difficulty. And technically, if we're going in dungeon order, the next one would be one of them. I personally would recommend do the fourth one next, but I'll leave it to your best judgment which dungeon you want to do next.
Alright.
If you want to go
There is actually something I wanted to do in the light world first.
We should go get those ammo expansions or other things you have in mind.
Yep.
We have a lot of
There's
rupees
one
to
thing-
burn.
There's one thing in particular I want to grab from the light world I want to grab that will make the third dungeon easier, because I do plan on going there.
Okay.
Koshi, because of you, I can escape from the clutches of the evil monsters. Thank you.
You already haven't
Chocolates will
escaped yet.
grant the wishes of whoever touches it as long as that person lives. So don't die.
Oh!
That is why it is hidden in the Golden Land. Only a select few know its location. At some point, that knowledge was lost. The person who rediscovered the Golden Land was an asshole. Gandalf, the evil thief.
Yeah, dwarf.
Wait, what's a dwarf? I don't know. Luckily, he couldn't figure out how to return to the light world. Well, remember that you have magical powers, which only the hero can make the most of. There are some other magical warping points, like the one you saw on Death Mountain. By using them, you can go between the two worlds and find the evils hidden in the Dark World. You are the only one who can destroy the Ganondorf. The thief, no, Ganon, king of evil, the king of darkness.
So the thief is dwarf form.
You understand? Yes.
I guess.
Yes!
Just don't repeat it for me again. Alright then. Can I get out of this water now? I'm ruining my shoes.